Well, hello, everyone. I am just going to launch with we're sharing this conversation out to the world. And so the reason for that is this is an amazing group of women who connected together well over a year ago. And we had this thought that we wanted to create a festival for women business owners, women in leadership, women who are running their families, women who are working in business, whatever that looks like, because women are leaders in so many capacities. And to blend this strategy and sort of business learning piece with also looking after yourself so that you can have success and you can have inner peace and fulfillment at the same time. So what's really funny is as we come together today, you can see we're all in different places in the world, and we're all living this truth that we desire to unfold for ourselves more, but also to ignite this movement in other people, because you can have both. You can have success and you can have inner peace. You can be working in Croatia, you can be working in your backyard, you can be working in your office, and you can be working from your cottage. So, the world has changed so much in the last few years. And what we've come to recognize as a group, as inspired as we are by this movement and us working towards it, even for ourselves, we struggle with it at times. And as we're talking to women out there, we're hearing a few different things. One is I can't give myself permission to go invest in business growth because I've got a business to run. And I don't have a sense of belonging that I deserve a seat at the table because I don't count myself as a leader. So we thought, we've had this conversation behind the scenes. We wanted to get together today and have it to share out to the world so we can share that we understand it and we feel it too, and just kind of share different things. So Lori's going to stop talking now and just share your ideas. Kate, I'm going to start with you because you've had some really cool conversations with some leaders lately that, really ignited this conversation.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I think I was just reflecting as you were talking there, Lori, about the fact that like even the name of the festival is Wake the F Up, right? And that really that's the point. It's like we want to wake up both sides, right? Like, so maybe we're in the health healing profession, or maybe we're all business, but it's trying to align both for us, right? But yeah, we talked about this idea of who's a leader. And I think for women, we're all leaders. Like we all have responsibilities. We all carry, like maybe we carry those responsibilities alone, or we're working within a company. But I think the point is a lot of times, well, at least from my perspective, there is a lot of loneliness in that. And so what we were hoping to create by bringing these women together, by bringing even us together and inviting others to join us, would be creating that community and creating a belonging. So this is a 2-day event, but this is the start of something much bigger than that. That's our dream and that's our hope.
Yeah. You were sharing specifically that you talked to somebody you look at and have this vision of her being a really dynamic leader. And yet in speaking with her, she didn't see herself as a leader. So, maybe share a bit of what that feels like even for you. You run your own practice, and we talk about there's corporate and then you own your own business. And have you ever kind of had that feeling in the isolation of wondering if you belong somewhere or have a seat at a table or whatever that looks like?
Yeah, for sure. I think that we have these ideas about what belonging looks like. Like it means maybe that you have a certain title, or you have a responsibility for a certain amount of people, or you have certain decisions that need to be made, right? Like I think we naturally exclude ourselves. We say, well, I'm not that. So until I'm that, then I don't belong, or I'm not a leader.
Mhm.
And I think I would love to see that broken down. So for myself, like I'm essentially, I'm self-employed. Yes, I run a business, but I am independent. I've been in business for myself for a long time. So even when I'm attending events, there's a lot of like, I'm not that, or I'm not this. And we naturally judge ourselves. So yeah, to be able to create an environment and like this heartfelt invitation where we're like, we want you to come. We want you to be part of this. Like if you feel any sense of, I need this, then listen to that. Like,
Mhm.
please listen to that because
Mhm.
we got some great stuff planned. It's going to be so good.
Yeah, so good. Awesome. Jamie, over to you. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, Kate, that was beautiful. And what I was thinking about as you were speaking was just this idea that this isn't a flex. Like, we're not coming in and having to be something, right? If we were already everything we ever wanted to be, then where's the growth, right? We all have areas that we need to grow, and we all have areas that we're really good at. And so this is an opportunity for us to come together to learn from each other, to come in and to be vulnerable, and to know that you do have gifts to share with the group. And so we're looking for a diverse group of women from all different aspects. So again, as Kate said, if you feel the calling at all, then please know that you are meant to be here, and we're meant to learn from you, and you're meant to learn from us.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Jamie. One of the things we've always, all of us talked about is this desire to sort of like reach forward and grab a hand of someone who we can learn from, which we learn from each other in so many different ways, and to put a hand back to say, hey, we've got you. And that, we've got this amazing array of conversations and teaching and guiding and experiential activities and change makers on the stage that, we're so excited to share with, for sure. Tracy, how about you over in Croatia?
Yeah, I mean, look at you guys. I mean, even I think about the diversification within us, right? Us coming from our corporate background, me now doing my own business, be inspired by Kate, meeting Jamie and Christina. I mean, it's just this is why when we all got together a year ago and said, let's bring this small group of diversified, strong, independent, successful, motivated, but finding that spirituality and that balance together. Could we bring this to more women? And we're doing it. And I think that, we're having fun with the title, Wake the F Up. We played with Wake the F Up Leadership Festival. And we're trying to not make it like only if you are this, CEO or CFO or corporate professional do you belong at this festival. I was a COO, you were a leader, in our corporate world. Like, we are corporate people, but we also want the people that we've become, the entrepreneur, the holistic practitioner, the energy around it, but strength, right? So I think we as a group, every time we get together, there's more balance, there's more growth, there's more beautiful energy within us. And I think that's what I feel like Kate said, like Jamie said, if you're feeling it all, you need a break. 2 days, we've made it purposely, not on a weekend. We're all about time management, family, balance, genuinely. Like, we have all really worked towards doing that. Our lives are that. I'm doing that in Croatia for 2.5 months. I'm here. I have a 2-hour client meeting tonight. Like, it's a beautiful thing, right? But it's very much around that planning and making that decision. And it doesn't happen overnight. And I think for people that are trying to find that energy, this 2-day event, when I look at the agenda that you put together, Lori, I mean, it's going to be magical. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be energetic. And I think whether you're a mother or a VP or a COO or at whatever, have a job, and you just want to be a leader within yourself. Honestly, you want to get control of your life and feel good energy and good vibration, but learn something from other really beautiful women. This is the event, I believe, that we've created.
I love
Well,
that,
and
Tracy.
you can also feel into our hearts, all of us as we're speaking here right now. I mean, you can see our eyes, you can feel our hearts, you know what we're going to be creating, right? And so even now you can sense into yourself as you listen to this recording, you know, notice, does it spark something in you? Is it calling to you? And if it is, it might be worth exploring, because you may learn even just one thing that starts a snowball that changes your life in the future to something that you've been yearning for forever, and maybe even didn't know that was there, but there was this sort of subtle prompting. So this is your call. This is us bringing to your attention that you are ready, even if you don't feel ready. And we're here to support you. We have seen the journey. We've all been on those journeys of crazy chaos, up and down, learning, disasters, whatever. We've seen it all. And we can start to navigate and support to some degree, helping you to see that you can weave your way through this in your own dynamic way, come out the other side, and actually have more balance in your life. You don't have to have it all together right now, but you can be in the process of figuring out how to do that for yourself. And we're here to support that and to show you, you know, we try to practice what we preach, but we also stumble and fall and repair and fix and figure it out more and more and more. And that's what we want to help you do in your lives too.
I love that. I just feel every time I'm with you, all of you, I feel such a level of expansion. And I know how excited I am for everyone that chooses to be a part of Wake the F Up, that they will have that opportunity for expansion, whatever it is for them. And I think us creating it has just, the frequency around it just keeps evolving and expanding as we grow into it. So I am so excited to show other people and to have other people experience what that is. I was thinking too, as a couple of you said, the Wake the F Up, you know, I think even that we pushed outside the norm, right? We push outside the norm by calling it Wake the F Up, and that could ignite something inside of you. The F is whatever it is. Like for me at this stage in my life, it's freedom. So like, I wonder for all of you, what's your first F word that comes to light of what you hope to walk away with? I also will just say it could wake the fuck up too. Like it could just jar you that way. All right? Let's
Like, I like
that.
that.
Might be your F.
Yeah, it's funny because we came up with like 100 F words, right? Like that when we were like really brainstorming out, like it's fun, it's finance, it's freedom, it's just like there were so many F words we came up with. And then at the end of the day, the root of it really is just like, just stop the madness, like wake the F up, like come together and let's just be awesome. Let's be these strong, beautiful, independent women that have our like just this balance, like we can do it, right? Without feeling guilty, without feeling, you know, there's this external expectation of us. We can actually have fun. So I think for me, if I look at the keyword, I'm so looking forward to the 2-day event. It's going to be fun. We're going to meet all these beautiful women. It's going to be inspiring. It's not going to be too serious. The agenda is like, it's like inspirational, but it's fun. It's not a corporate business event, right?
And yet you're going to walk away, and yet you're going to walk away with business tools. That's what's so exciting, right? Like if you're concerned that, oh, it's a little bit too much on the F fluffy side, not at all. You are going to walk away with strategies. And if you're concerned it's a little too much on the strategy side, you're going to have a lot of fun and a lot of connection and a lot of deep, meaningful growth, period. Like it's, yeah, I think that I wanted to actually go to Kate because you're giggling, because really the Wake the F Up came from one statement that Kate said, well, the 5 of us were away. And I don't know if you remember the moment of what you put up on the wall.
Yeah, I do. It stayed with me all year. And it's, what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
What is the point? So of everything, right? So it's like for me, at least I will share, like last year that came from a low point. But it was also a recognition that I needed that. I needed to, not the low, I don't mean the low point, but I mean, I needed to really ground down and decide what is the point. Well, what is the point of all the efforting, or what is the point of trying to heal, or what, like, it's what's the motivation, and for myself, I think really that's what it came to, is that a lot of years of thinking about all the external and the people that I'm responsible for, and, you know, loving relationships. I don't mean it from that perspective, but what's the point for me? So fuck is, you know, was the sort of wake up. It was it's an aggressive word. It's a beautiful word. Like, it's an expressive word. So that's really where it started from.
Love that.
And I think when we thought, could we call the festival, what's the fucking point festival? It didn't quite come out.
No, it did not.
And then we brainstormed from there to make it more like, okay, maybe but that's kind of the root of it. The underlying agenda and the underlying point is to come and just let yourself be and kind of find yourself and learn and explore. So yeah. I love that, Kate. It's amazing. It was
Christina,
such a
you
good
had
time.
something to say.
Oh, I was just going to reflect to you how you were saying, you know, there's all these elements to our agenda. And even in the agenda, it's balanced, right? We have this ebb and flow. We're teaching people how to go deep within yourself, how to learn strategies, practical tools, how to unwind and have these amazing connective chats with people. So it's all of it, right? So you'll actually get that example in those 2 days of how do we then, okay, we get that experience and then we get to bring it into our lives. I just think that's beautiful. As you said that, I was like, yes, we've done that with the festival.
Yeah. Amazing. Jamie?
Yeah, I like the way you had asked that question. It wasn't how I was expecting it. I forget the way you worded it, but it was, what F are you not wanting more of, or something like that. And I thought you were going to say, what does the F mean to you? And right away it was flow for me. And then when you asked it, what do you want more of? I'm like, oh, well, that will probably be a different F, because I think the flow is something that already comes easily to me, or that's something that I've been working on for a long time. So I think even that is a great question to sit with. What F word comes easily to you all? And which one would you like more of? And like
that
Tracy
needs to be in our guide. That needs to be in the guide.
I love that.
That needs to be in the guide. Yes, I love
and
that.
it is, for me, it's
so
the
true.
fun. It's the fun. It's not having to take everything so seriously. And it's blending. Like, I love health and healing. I love business. I love being with all of you because it is fun. That's the key. And so to have this festival where we are blending business with holistic health and healing and making it fun, like, that's the key part for me. Part I'm looking forward to. And the only other last thing that came to mind was, some people may or may not have heard that we've entered the age of Aquarius, more of this earth, air element out of the earth element. And to me, that means connection. We've been saying this word connection a lot throughout this talk here. And that's really, I think, what we all want more of, and what the world's moving into, of not being one person doing everything yourself. It's forming this community with like-minded individuals, and seeing how that just uplifts us even more and empowers each of us.
Yeah. Oh, I love that, Jamie. I was thinking as you were speaking there too, back to this permission piece, because you know, it's fun when you talk. I think actually when Christina and Jamie speak, which I'm so excited for everyone to experience, we step into this place of giving ourselves permission, because you both embody it so beautifully. Whereas, you know, I think Tracy, Kate, and myself, coming from less of the healing and wellness modalities, we're more from that, you know, finance and corporate space. And so this in itself is even just a beautiful example of what we want to bring together, is people from all these different places, because magic happens from that, of just being with you. You help us step into flow more. And you know, the thing that I wonder a lot is, at what point do women start giving themselves permission? And how do we create a movement that helps women give themselves permission more? Because when I speak to business people who say, you know, I don't know that I could take that time off. I don't know that my, you know, higher leader would view that as a business growth opportunity. I don't know that I can get away from the kids, and you two still have littles. I've felt this before. I've known this space before. And, you know, we're a little bit, you know, we're just the ones putting our hands back and saying, come along, because we have felt all the feels. And so I don't know if anyone has anything to add to that, to just, we're learning it. So we're going to start showing it. And even Tracy being in Croatia, she keeps saying to us, you can design your reality. And she doesn't just talk about it, she does it. So, you know, we're stepping ahead, and we can't always see the path. It's just a step ahead. And now I look out, and so many days right now, I don't see anything. I don't see the next step. I just see that this step is being created as an opportunity for all of us as women to step up together and hold each other's hands and go forward. And as we do, the next step will present itself. And the next, just like the Indiana Jones thing, I can't not picture that when I say it. I'm like, he did it and he got to the treasure. We can get to the treasure together.
I love that. I think I want to add, like, just as you were saying, talking about permission, I think the fact that we felt the call to spend the time together that we did last year, we gave each other permission.
Mm-hmm.
And we've continued, because we've stayed connected, we've continued to give each other permission.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's part of the community. So I would love to say, whomever is listening to this right now, I give you permission.
Mm-hmm.
It still might not feel authentic for you, or you still be like, yeah, but again, if you're feeling the calling, we're hoping and we're waiting for you, that you'll figure it out, and you'll figure a way.
Mm-hmm.
So permission doesn't need to be external, but it helps. So we're, like Lori said, we're only one step ahead, and it's just because we took a step last year. So we're not like seasoned pros in this. We're taking it one kind of event or need at a time, and we're just asking you to come and join us.
I love that. Any final words from anyone? I love that.
I think fear gets people's way too. I think of even when you invited me to Quebec, and I thought, oh my gosh, it's like a 9-hour drive. I've never driven 9 hours by myself. I don't know where I'm going. I mean, I had met you all in previous maybe networking events or Lori's community, but not where I felt, you know, like, oh, they're actually inviting me to this like small 5-woman group. Like I didn't feel like I belonged, honestly. And I've shared that with you, which I'm so extroverted, you know, publicly. And I'm, you know, as you get to know me, but Jamie knows, like, I sometimes feel like I don't totally belong. Like, why are you guys including me? And, you know, I have my friendship with Lori for over 20 years, but I thought, okay, like, do they really want me there? Is Lori just bringing me along out of some like, oh, well, Tracy can figure out the time. And then I think I had the fear, right? And I'm like, no, I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go. I'm going to get in my car. I'm going to make this drive. And then through that 4 days together, I mean, I can't even explain how much you guys have become friends. And I look forward to the next event. And we bonded when we were in Grand Bend, and just putting this whole event together. I'm someone that's pretty extroverted, and you wouldn't think I would have fear to feel that belonging. And if I felt it at all, the women that are feeling that fear don't. Like, this group is so loving and so helpful and nice, and no one's going to come and not feel welcome. And like, this is not a 500 people event. This is Pillar in the Post, Niagara on the Lake. This is going to be maybe 80 to 100 people. Like, it's going to be friends. Like, bring your friend, bring just come. It's 2 days. Please give yourself permission, and it's just going to be amazing. That's how I feel after the Quebec event and getting to know you guys. Now I look forward. I'm actually coming home from Croatia. I'm only home for 8 days, and we have the event, and I'm so looking forward to it. Not because we're going to, support and inspire another group of women, 80 women. That's going to be fabulous. But I'm actually looking forward for myself, the event. Like Christina's beautiful energy, Jamie's flow. I mean, Kate, you and I are so connected on this, like trying to empower women around money and lifestyle. And then Lori's got her gorgeous balance of corporate and energy and brilliance. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's going to be beautiful. And not to mention, we got the bubbly bar. So,
And not to mention Elizabeth
not to mention
Manley, like
Yeah.
Olympian,
Elizabeth Manley, like really?
like Canada's golden girl, and her energy and her story, and Leslie M with her swagger and helping women just amplify and lean into themselves, the amazing sponsors that have said yes to amplifying it for everyone. And I just want to go back to clarify for anyone listening. Kate invited the 5 of us to a beautiful, like off the grid experience about a year ago. And really, the 5 of us, although we knew each other, we weren't really friends. We weren't interwoven at that point into each other's lives. And it was a big risk that Kate took. And she took it, and we all said yes. And it was a risk because we had fear, and we had, do we belong? And we weren't sure we could give ourselves permission. And the frequency and vibe just made us all say yes, and here we are. It has accelerated and evolved and expanded and electrified. All of these reasons why we've put the event together really came from us seeing that it was possible and experiencing it. So cool. I do want to tell everyone too, before we got on this call, we did a little brainstorming, and we decided that we want to offer something beautiful and magical that will help you give yourselves permission. So in the show notes, take a look. We've got a special offer for you so that you don't feel like you have to be alone. So you can include either a biz or life bestie to bring along with you. So that will be shown in the notes after. I feel like Christina and Jamie, you have one more little thing you want to say.
Jamie, anything?
Well, just after Tracy, as she was talking, take the leap of faith of, yeah, if you have some fear and that idea of, if you're even saying, do I belong? Then that is your answer. That you should come. And we're all really looking forward to welcoming you and spending time together.
Love that.
Yeah. And if you are having that inkling, trust your gut, and then you get to develop that inkling, that gut, even further in the festival when you come.
Amazing. So we have a seat for you. Hope to see you there. Much love. Mwah. And thank you to all of you. You're so amazing.